Okay, so today we're going to be reviewing Underworld's Beaucoup Fish album that came out in 99. It was supposed to come out in 98, but they had a lot of delays, and so on some releases it shows that it came out in 98, but actually it came out in 99. Anyways, so this is the last album where Darren Emerson contributed to the album. And then, of course, Carl Hyde and then Rick Smith are the other two people in the group. And Darren Emerson went off and left the group in 2001, and he was doing a lot of the global underground DJ mixes, and also he wanted to just work on some solo projects of his own. So Beaucoup Fish, Beaucoup, which is French, meaning many, so many fish is the album. It's a beautiful blue covered album with a circle, meaning that it's a CD. The LP, the records have like a square on it, and the other formats have another like an oval shaped for like Laserdisc. But anyways, Underworld Beaucoup Fish is one of the most popular albums that Underworld put out. Is it because of it was the last album that Darren Emerson was on? I doubt it. I think at the time Global Underground, the series, was really popular, and Dave Seaman, he put out his Global Underground, which was volume, I believe, 12. He went to Buenos Aires, South America, and he actually put two songs, maybe three, but two songs for sure, on his mix, and Global Underground always had like two mixes, like one CD and two, 1 and 2, and he featured two songs from this album on his first mix, the CD one, which was Jumbo, and also Cups, which was the beginning of the album. This was a very anticipated album. Everyone was very excited to hear what new record Underworld is going to put out, mainly because one of their most popular songs, Born Slippy, was a popular song off the album, was used in the movie, which was let's see, Train Spotting, and Train Spotting was a movie about kind of like under nightclub scene, which I actually haven't really seen. I care more about the music, but than the actual movie, the atmosphere of the nightclub, nightclub hopping, or you might want to say. So anyways, the lyrics, of course, on this album they don't make sense whatsoever. I mean, I think Carl Hyde, he tries to put the lyrics, whatever works basically. And with that said, it's, the lyrics might rhyme and they might sound good together when they're said or sung, but it's complete gibberish. I mean, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever outside of the song, and which is okay. I mean, the main attraction is the song, the music itself, and the lyrics. As long as the lyrics are sounding, in harmony with the music, then then you got a good song. Doesn't really mean a lot, as far as, like it's not a ballad or anything, but obviously the main reason for this album is to get you to dance and get your body moving and dancing. And if the lyrics are rhyming and are put in the right place during the beats, then I guess it works. And in a funny way, the lyrics do work in on a lot of these songs. The album itself starts off with the Cups, which is kind of like a song. At least the first half is a song that you would hear in a coffee house or a tea house. Just a lounge area where you can read your newspaper or periodicals and relax, drink some refreshments, maybe a little snack, crackers, and listen to some kind of laid back music. That's really what I think about Cups in the first half. Then around like 9 minutes and till the end, which is 11 minutes and 45 seconds, it all of a sudden goes up a scale, like up and onward, and it really gets really dancey at the end. And mainly Carl Hyde stops singing or saying his gibberish lyrics, and the music of Rick Smith is pronounced in the last 3 minutes of the song. So Cups, in my view, I like it. I like it and I don't like it. It's a love-hate relationship in that I don't like the first half, but I like it when it gets a little bit more groovy and more danceable in a sense. Push Upstairs is the second song, which is a 4-minute, really fast song with Carl Hyde's lyrics, which make no sense again. But the actual song is actually popular. A lot of people like it. I personally don't like it that much. I don't think it's one of the songs that on the album that is really good. There's some amazing songs on this album, by the way, which we come to number 3, which is Jumbo. And Jumbo is amazing. It is truly a wonderful song. I love it. Dave Seaman, DJ Dave Seaman, played it on his DJ mix on his Buenos Aires Global Underground DJ mix, and I liked it then, and I like it now. That was way back in, the beginning of the 2000. I think the Global Underground CD came out after this album came out. So it was about like early 2000s. And the jumbo it sounds amazing. It's, the lyrics don't get in the way of the song, and the music that is played by Rick Smith is just mind blowing. It's beautiful. It's really good, production on Jumbo. Then right after Jumbo, there's Shudder / King of Snake, which is another really good song. And this song is almost 10 minutes long because it's kind of, they take two songs and put it together, making it a almost 10-minute song. The first part is Shudder, which is essentially Carl Hyde singing over some very mellow beats at the beginning. But then when King of Snake comes in, this song is, I mean, you could drop it in Chicago, you can drop it in New York, I mean, in Europe, anywhere, you will enjoy it. It's kind of it's like a house track, techno track. It's got everything, and the lyrics at the end are very funny. It talks about the snakes, dangerous, poisonous snakes, and people are trying to, I think, like bet on what snake kills the other, but like kind of with chickens when they're put into the space and they fight, and people bet money on it. Anyway, but with a snake, it's diddly. If the snake bites you, then you could die. Anyway, it's a beautiful, beautiful, nice house techno song, King of Snake, with Shudder at the beginning. And the transition from Shudder to King of Snake is very good too. I mean, there's no spaces. It just goes straight into King of Snake, boom, and you start dancing. Anyways, the song after that is Whinger, kind of like winter, but they misspelled it. I don't know. Is that a word? Whinger? Anyway, so this is another kind of more like a song you would hear in Starbucks when you're getting your drinks, or at a coffee house, or just a lounge where you are trying to relax. And it's a very it's just a 4-minute song, and the lyrics once again don't make any sense whatsoever, but that's how it is with Carl Hyde. It's kind of like a stream of consciousness with his lyrics, and when you think about what goes through your mind when you're thinking about things as you go about your day, a lot of words come into your mind, a lot of sentences that have no rhyme or reason. Well, those are the kind of lyrics Carl Hyde puts on these tracks. So Whinger is that kind of a laid back song, just like Cups. Although with Cups at the end, it gets really fast, and with Whinger, not so much. It stays calm throughout. Skim is another laid back, almost even more laid back than Whinger. the lyrics are just nonsense. Bruce Lee is the next song, which is actually, I mean, it's almost like a rock song. It's not influenced by electronica or any type of EDM label, as you might say. Bruce Lee is kind of a very catchy, nonsensical, lyrical, like drum set and bass song that you would hear maybe on Primus, or like a rock album that is kind of being silly, silly, like Pork Soda, Primus. Okay, so yeah, that's Bruce Lee, and I don't particularly like the song because it has nothing really to do with any electronic, development, musical development. So, anyways, and then right after Bruce Lee is a beautiful, beautiful instrumental track called Kittens. And as much as Bruce Lee had nothing to do with electronica whatsoever, Kittens is the complete opposite. Kittens is an instrumental track which is all electronic, and it's beautiful. And it's nice to hear a track without Carl Hyde's lyrics, because, I mean, his lyrics do come in handy in these techno songs, but for the most part, they could be less out of the picture, if you ask me. But that's Underworld. Carl Hyde does the lyrics. Rick Smith does all the electronics, and of course Carl Hyde also plays guitar, but in regards to electronica, this guitars, they can fit into a song, kind of like Chemical Brothers, right? They did a lot of their riffs and a lot of their guitar sounds and kind of incorporated into the song, and Underworld does that too, but yeah. So anyways, the next song after Kittens, the beautiful instrumental electronica track, there's Push Downstairs, which is the exact opposite of Push Upstairs, but Push Upstairs, which is the second track off the album, is very upbeat. Push Downstairs is more down-tempo, and I prefer it more than Push Upstairs. I don't like Push Upstairs, not at all, really. But Push Downstairs is really nice. And this is for Carl Hyde. The lyrics are really good on Push Downstairs, and it just does it sounds better. I think the lyrics are almost the same, like Push Upstairs, but I think it fits more of a down-tempo song, and it sounds very good, essentially. Something Like a Mama is the 10th song, which is I can't even I mean, I heard the song, but it's forgettable. I can't really, I don't have anything to say about Something Like a Mama. It's just went into one ear and went out the other, and forget about it. So the last song, Moaner, which is it's one of the most harshest, one of the most noisiest, one of the most hardcore songs on the entire album. And apparently the song was in Batman and Robin. I never saw that movie. I mean, I've seen Batman, with the one directed by Tim Burton in the early 90s, with Jack Nicholson as Joker. But once Robin got into it, I didn't watch those movies. I had better things to do. But anyways, Moaner is in that movie, if you've seen the movie. Once again, it's littered with Carl Hyde's lyrics, which make absolutely no sense, but they do make sense within this song, in that they rhyme with the beats, and it goes well with the music. Anyways, that's the last song off the album. This album is one of the most popular albums Underworld has put out. Most successful, most sold, like over 2 million sold copies. Even, I would think, even more by now. But so as far as giving a rating 1 out of 10 for this album, I would probably give it a big, I'll give it a solid 9. I mean, it's a really good album, one of the best albums that they put out. With that said, I still like the release, the 94 release of the first time they brought in Darren Emerson, and they changed their name from Lemon Interrupt to Underworld. But I think, obviously, the group itself put out albums in the late 80s, mid 80s, late 80s as Underworld, but it was more of a rock group during that time. The album that Dubnobasswithmyheadman from 94 was the first time that they went full on electronic and forgot about rock and roll, just did electronic music. So I really love that album a lot. And in second place is this album, Beaucoup Fish. Third in place is their album from 1996, which I reviewed as well, and it's the second toughest in the Infants. I believe that's the name. Anyways, I guess I have to listen to the second toughest in the Infants a little bit more because I know there's some really good songs on there, but some albums grow on you, and others you like instantaneously. This album is lather. I liked it the first time I listened to it, and it's well put together. Some people say that this is the Underworld's equivalent of Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon, which is kind of okay. All right, I'll take that comment, and I'll digest it myself and think about it for a while, because I mean, Pink Floyd is one of the best albums, best groups in the world in regards to rock and roll, and and of course Dark Side of the Moon, which was engineered by Alan Parsons. From beginning to end, it was a continuous mix of music. That's what Alan Parsons did with Dark Side of the Moon, but I kind of like The Wall more, in many ways, more than Dark Side of the Moon. With that said, right, so Beaucoup Fish, some people think it's as good as, it's the equivalent in the EDM genre, as good as Dark Side of the Moon is for rock and roll, or psychedelic rock and roll. Anyways, I hope you like this review. The other thing that I wanted to mention is that they were going to name this album after a British TV show, and they decided against that because they wanted the album to have a more global appeal, so they gave it the name Beaucoup Fish, which is Beaucoup, which is many in French, many fish, and everybody in the world can relate to fish, right? Many fish in the sea. Okay, so anyways, I'm signing off, and I hope you like this review. I am recording this. This is the first album review that I'm recording with my Tascam, which is right here. So I'm gonna try to cut out the music, or not the music, but the vocals on this recording device, and splice in this Tascam, and hopefully the sound sounds much better than the few album reviews that I've done recently. If you like these kind of reviews, and if you'd like me to review more, please help me in subscribing. Help me by giving me a like, and make a comment in the comments. Let me know what you think about this review. If there's other albums you'd like me to review from Underworld, or if there's a EDM artist that you'd like me to take a look at and listen to an album, let me know in the comments. All right. So signing off. See ya. Till next time.